Hello everyone, it's March 27th. Alright, let's do this. Minimum index. Alright, I did this not that long time ago. Minimum index of a value split. X of integer array length m is dominant if more than half the elements have the value of x. You're given a zero index integer array nums of length n with one dominant element. So that means we will have more than half is of that dominant. You can split nums at the index I in two arrays, but the split is only valid if, of course, this and this have the same dominant element. Here, if this denotes the subarray num starting from I and ending at j, both ends inclusive, particularly if j smaller than I, then num denotes an empty or subarray. Return the minimum index of a valid split. If no split exists, so more than half, right? More than half. So basically we can split at every single position. And then when we say we do a split at index I, the split, we belong to the first half, and now we have a second half. Then all we need to know is, first of all, we need to know what exactly is the dominant, right? Because you have one dominant, and when you split, you will have the same dominant, so we just need to know who the dominant is. And as we go through, it's kind of, sliding window, so we keep count of the dominant on the left, keep count of the dominant on the right, and we basically find the first one that can make it dominant on both sides. That will be the minimum, right? So in this case, 2 is dominant, so we start counting. On this side, we start from here. If we split here, we have 0 on this side, right? It doesn't work. Because I know the length, so I know what's more than half means. That means if it's an even number, more than half means, like if it's 4, right? I need 3 of them to be dominant, right? So basically, 4 divided by 2 plus 1. Now if it's even, let's say 3, right? I need 3 divided by 2. So whatever number divided by 2 plus 1, because if it's an even number, we have the plus 1. If it's odd number, divided by 2 is actually the smaller side, so plus 1, right? So it has to be that. And on the other side, we can do exactly the same thing. And we will be able to get it. We'll be able to get it. All right. Let's code it up. It is my impression that this problem might have multiple ways to solve, but we basically pick the path of the least. Yeah, I was like, this doesn't look C++ to me. This is Java. Yeah, look how similar. Sliding window. Not really. It's just prefix count or prefix count and suffix count of the dominion number. Right. So what we want to do is to count. Right. I need to count to see who is the most. We can count it. Now I was wondering whether is a better way. Can I just know? I guess we have to count, but it's more than a half. So I wonder if yeah, so if I do this and if it's not the same, I'll swap. Not the same, I'll swap. If it's the same, I don't swap, right? Because I have no, I don't think it works. I think I'll just count it. I think I will just do the most stupid way. Right, okay, let's do this, plus, plus. Value is larger or equal to. Oh, I can just do larger than. Alright, larger than nums dot size divided by 2. Then we say dominion is equal to k. And I'll break this. Right? So we got the dominion. Then we just need to say prefix count, p count. Oh, I also need to know the total. Call it dom count. Alright, and p count or plus equal to nums I is equal to dominion if p count is larger than I plus 1 divided by 2 and total dom count minus p count is larger than nums dot size minus I. Minus 1 minus I plus 1 plus 1, so minus 1 divided by 2. Now we find it. I return I. Otherwise, we don't have anything. Then we'll return -1. It's a guarantee we have one, right? With one dominant. Yeah. I think this is pretty much it. $63 milliseconds. I wonder what was the reason for the slowness. I don't know. What was the reason for the slowness? Hash map. second map. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, yep, that works. Oh, Boyer-Moore majority vote. That's the one. I remember this name. Okay. Oh, it's a lot of fluff. Show me the algorithm. Count. X count. So it goes through each time. If it's equal to X count plus plus, else count minus minus. If count equal to 0, I reset it. Okay, so if it's not, then count minus minus. So when the count becomes 0, that basically means we don't have more than half of X, right? And if we don't have more than half of X, so we don't have more than half of anybody. And it just when it sets to 0, we'll get the current number up, and then we'll redo this again. But you still have to do this part, right? So the only saving is the space. Yeah, Boyer-Moore majority voting. Every time you hit the same, you just increment and then you decrement. Yeah, so if the thing you're hitting is indeed the majority, then it will never get deprecated to 0. If it is not, it will get deprecated to 0, right? It will get deprecated to 0. And when it gets deprecated to 0, nobody else is more than half, right? Nobody else is more than half. Unless we do have one, then when it exits, we always have the majority still have something remaining. Yeah. All right, that'll be it. I will end up right here and see you guys tomorrow. Adios.